What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we get started, I gotta say thank God for another day and another opportunity. And as y'all can see from the looks of the title on the screen, man, I got a very special build in store for y'all. Now, I'm gonna be calling this one the 3-level superstar. And out of all NBA players, it's going to be reminding me of NBA star SHAI, GILGEOUS, Alexander. Now for this build today, we're going to be able to reach a 99 plus when it comes to our driving dunk, driving layup, mid-range shot, ball handle, perimeter defense, and stamina. Now with that being said, we'll also be able to equip pro contact dunks as well as the pro dribble moves with a total of 56 badges, 10 Hall of Fame. My favorites were going to be Fearless Finisher, Float Game, and Giant Slayer. 10 gold, 22 silver, with 14 bronze giving us 56. Now as far as for this build, it's really one of the best finishers that you can make for any type of game mode all around. Now it's really a great interior threat, and the defense is perfect for any game mode, but especially the 1v1 setting. Now the finishing is really the best category of this build, and it's all around an offensive threat. Now in my opinion, I think it's one of the best catfish defensive builds, and you'll better get an idea of what I'm talking about once we create this build together. So look, before we get any further into this video, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for Thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with a response. So the first thing that you want to do to get started today with this build is make sure that you leave it under the point guard position. As for the height, I'm going to go 2 ticks from his actual height to 6'8", with the weight of 208. Now leave the wingspan at 7'1", and from here we are perfectly set to move forward. Now if you want to make any changes or adjustments to your own liking along the way, I promise it's better if you do it after we create the build together and get the same exact comparisons and build name. The first area that I think is going to be most important is definitely going to be the physicals. So as for when it comes to our speed, go ahead and put this all the way up to an 81. Moving into the acceleration, I'm going to go with a 71. 74 when it comes down to our strength, with a vertical of a 75. Now getting into our stamina, put this all the way up to a 99. And this is what we're going to be looking like for this area on the build. Now take into account, if you do your Gatorade facility workouts, that's a +4 put towards this area. So if you take 4 ticks away from your stamina, you're still going to be able to reach a 99 plus. As for the vertical, this is going to be a 79. 78 strength. As for the acceleration, 75 with an 85 speed. Now I think these numbers are perfect for this kind of build today. Let's go ahead and move up the line. So to get started with the interior defense, put this all the way up to a 45. Getting into the perimeter defense, I'm going to go with an 85 here. And then as for when it comes to our steal, make sure you go with a 75. As for the defensive rebound, you can go ahead and leave this as is. But the badges that we did unlock are going to be bronze glove, interceptor, and right stick ripper. I think that's more than enough, especially if you're a skilled on-ball or off defender. Now we'll also be able to get silver clamps, ankle braces, challenger with pick dodger, 94 feet, and workhorse. Now we do get gold off-ball pass, and then bronze, fast feet. As for the steal and perimeter defense, I think this build is perfect. And then for this interior, you'll also be able to equip silver workhorse. Now this build, I think we're off to a pretty good start, especially when you take into account what we can do with our physicals, including the defense. So let's go ahead and get started with the playmaking. As for the pass accuracy itself, I'm going to go with a 70. Getting into the ball handle, I'm going to go with an 85 with a speed of ball of a 75. Now as you can see, the badges that we did unlock for this area: Silver Triple Strike, Speed Booster, Hyperdrive, and Blow By. Now you'll also be able to get Silver Unpluckable, Silver Handles for Days, Gold Physical Handles, Speed Booster, Killer Combos, and then also for the pass accuracy, you get Bronze Break Starter, Dimer, Relay Passer, and Special Delivery. Now let me know, what are your thoughts and opinion on this build so far down below? Is there anything that you would possibly do to make it even better? But let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of the shooting. So for the mid-range shot, I'm going to go with an 86. As for when it comes down to our three-pointer, go ahead and put this to an 80. Now as you can see, we're pretty balanced on this build all around. As for the free throw, I'm going to go with a 77. Now we get bronze free points. Getting into the three-pointer, I like silver blinders, catch and shoot, Deadeye, Agent 3 on bronze, with silver corner specialist, green machine, and space creator. Now as for the rest of the badges, you'll be able to get guard up and open looks. For the midi, look, we get Hall of Fame comeback kid, also midi magician. Everything for this build all around I think makes it perfect to take it into any type of game mode. Now to wrap everything up on the finishing end, I'm going to go ahead and start with a close shot. So go with a 78 right here. As for the driving layup, I'm going to go with a 96. Getting into our driving dunk, I'm going to go with an 89. And this right here is what we should be able to look like maxed out. So starting from the top down, the badges that I truly like most: Hall of Fame Fearless Finisher, you also get Bronze Fast Twitch, Pro Touch with Giant Slayer. You also will be able to get a lot of badges when it comes to our driving layup. So look, you get Gold Slithery, Acrobat on the Hall of Fame tier, Aerial Wizard, Bunny, Pro Touch, Scooper, Float Game. A lot of these badges, I'm telling y'all, are going to make a huge difference when it comes to this interior. As for the driving dunk itself, we'll get Silver Posterizer. All of these badges I think truly makes it a one-of-a-kind build, especially taking into account if you activate your takeover, buy your own boost, equip gear for boost, as well as play well throughout each game. 2K is going to give you a boost, and if you add everything up together, I think truly makes it one of the best unique builds that you can possibly make. Now look, if you want to change anything about this build, go ahead and do so now. But let's go ahead and move forward to make sure that everybody made this build correctly. Now we should be able to get these three comparisons, and I think these are great. And as y'all can see, together we have created the 3-level threat build, which I think of it as the 3-level superstar. Now, have you seen any type of build created like this before? And I just want to say thank y'all so much for the support. More so than anything, thank God for another day and another opportunity. God bless y'all. And before we get out of here, if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family. And last but definitely not least, comment down TG for Thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with a response. And with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.